I got too small and we shared
Check, check.
Y'all good?
All set,
Let them know who you
Dion.
are, so that you're like,
Okay.
I stole all of Dion's stuff.
This is John Babcock. I play mostly at Red Raccoon in Bloomington Normal. I'm at school at Illinois State, and then live back home with my parents. Play sometimes at Pastimes, sometimes at Wandering Dragon. A few others. You want to say hi?
Dion Morales, report to your table. Dion Morales, please report to your table.
So we have Ben and Al. I faced Al today. Or no, I didn't face Al today. I played Al last week. He's got Rack Ryad. Pretty cool to see him make it. There are a lot of ghosts with TLT and Phantom stocked. So there were plenty of times for him to blind pilots, but then still get hit by the end of round TLTs, which doesn't have as much effect, but getting rid of that 4 dice attack definitely helps. What do we have a lot of today, T.O.?
Oh, today? Is this one on?
I think so.
All right.
Just
So,
in case.
as you would expect, there were a lot of Dengars.
Yeah, a lot of Dengars.
There were a lot of Jump Masters, and there were a lot of Ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting seeing a couple of lists that had Ahsoka alongside the Ghost, too.
Oh,
which
yeah.
was really kind of cool. But yeah, that's probably the biggest that we have. Yes, including my son is behind me. He played in his first tournament today, and he's reminding me that he did fly the Ghost and Ahsoka as well.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
It's actually kind of refreshing. With all of those that we saw, there's not a Ghost or a Jump Master to be seen at the final table.
No, and the other table is old Fenneru. And what is and Brendan is flying Ghost with Horton Psalm with TLT. I played Brandon today. For some reason I wanted to kill Horton first, which was a mistake. I flew Kanan Biggs, and then he had that attrition war where both ghosts just shoot at each other and you just kind of wait it out, and so I kept it close. Both of our Zebs did the Phantom Joust that no one likes to watch, but he ended up winning by 18. So he knows what he's doing, but we'll see if he makes it to the last table.
So if you guys will give me a minute, I'll come back in a little bit. I'm going to go get things started.
Wes Jansen will be especially helpful at PS10 because he will shoot before Rack. No, he has the tie for 10, so we'll have to see who has initiative. But Wes will be very good against Ryad because he has the stress control as well as the rip tokens away. Having Wes shoot first before Nora definitely helps. I think we might be able to see Wes and Nora and Jess kill the defender first, if possible. But Rack has 2 blinded pilots to use, and we'll see who he uses them on. He'll probably use them on Nora because Nora has the potential to throw 4 or 5 dice. And it has 2 arcs, so you don't want to risk taking that more than once or twice. Hey, Al, who has initiative? Who has initiative? So Al has initiative, which means his Rack's going to move first and shoot first. That kind of stinks because typically Rack will either boost or target lock. And that means that he'll be able to spend target locks before Wes can shoot. So you might see a divergence of Wes not shooting at Rack so much as Wes shooting at Countess. I'm gonna assume that Jess Pava also has integrated astromech because Prime Thrusters is a tech slot and R2 astromech is a astromech. So I'm gonna assume he has integrated. Can you double check that Jess has integrated? I mean, she should.
Day one and Soul Ring is trying to misdirect it, changing the target of your counter to misdirection itself. So
Yeah. Okay. Jess has integrated, but I don't want to adjust it and ruin the display because I might screw it up.
misdirection is changing. No, misdirection is changing the target of his counter to misdirection. Effectively, but I have wasted his counter.
All right. Timer has begun.
I'm gonna go ahead and tap. I'm gonna go ahead and tap as a draw card and ping. Yeah, Gary, I like your face. So I'm pinging you as out of spite. Take one day. This too, but I also called one last.
Looks like they're sending out just Pava first, right?
Yep. Jess Pava, PS3. She'll move first pretty much every time unless Rat gives her Pilot Skill 0 crit, but I don't think we'll see. I think Al might hold off on Jess Pava till the end because she has no real end game as long as her buddies are gone.
Al just gave is that Countess Riot 2 tokens?
Yeah, so Countess Riot can perform a free evade action per the most recent FAQ, or second to most recent FAQ, depending on whether or not you count the C-Rock FAQ and the title for the IG-88 and the TIE Aggressor. So
It's actually pretty useful.
yeah, I flew a lot of Triple Defender before the FAQ. Usually just ram. If you don't see any other good idea, you just ram in, take an evade. You're not getting shot at. You can't shoot them, so it's not a bad idea. But now you run the risk of not getting the evade and getting shot by someone else. A little bit more risky to just run at someone. So Al was able to place Countess after Jess, and so Jess has a pilot ability that involves range 1, so that he knew that Ben would probably put his other ships there, and he did, and so he was right on that. And so what he's trying to do is trying to take the formation through the rocks. Right now, Nora is the only one, or Nora and Jess have reposition ability. Wes does not. So it's important to keep them close to Jess. But we'll see what happens.
Also, what is that square token he's putting on the Countess?
Oh, that was in a store tournament kit. That store tournament kit had evade tokens, swarm tactics, and I think it had, I forget who the alternate art was. It may have been Asajj or it may have been someone else, but that was
I think it might have been 10 nums.
I don't think so. This kit was pretty recent.
Okay.
we have all 4 factions in our top 4. We have 1 Imperial, 2 Scum, or no, 2 Rebel and 1 Scum. Pretty dynamic, but the store championship was mostly Rebels and mostly Scum. Al was probably one of 2 to 4 Imperial players. We had over 20. I want to say we had close to 30. So it was a pretty good turnout at Grognard in the suburbs of Illinois, or suburbs of Chicago. Curious to see how Ben deals with this. He should remember that Al will probably go 3 or faster with Countess, so if he wants to have all guns on Countess, he can. But he will get flanked by Rack. I expect Rack to either do a 2 or 3 forward boost or a bank left and then boost. I think Al is really good at positioning that Decimator and outflanking you with it as big as it is. It can definitely get behind you, but we're seeing Ben commit real hard to Rack. I think he is expecting the bank in, but I don't think Jess will have a shot this turn, unless Al 3 banked and boosted in, but I don't think he'd do that. There's I want to say 3 or 4 from Rack, or not Rack, Ryad. And Ryad will take Focus Evade. And Nora will do a 2 bank Relief Stress. So he's fanning out a little bit. I really don't think Jess is going to have a shot here. Check it for target lock, because Nora has pushed the limit. And then Wes will probably bank in 1 if Wes wants to do an action. So here is the 3 bank.
Yeah, I know that. I used to work at a call center.
And I think Al's going to look real close to the firing arc at Jess and see if he's in. It looks like he is. He's already got the range 1, so I think he'll target lock. Or no, he'll Kylo. He's going to Kylo here. He's going to choose Nora because she's only agility 1. So that gives Rack a good chance to hit her with a crit, as well as Riot with a follow-up to do some more shield damage to her. Riot also has juke, so that 1 agility, if it's spent on offense, will not be used for defense. Oh, excuse me. Nora has Cal Katarn, so she will have 2 focus. Al has casted Blinded Pilot on Nora, and it looks like we're about to have our first engagement of this match. Looks like 2 hits and a crit versus... Wes is stressing out to shoot at. Or no, Wes is not stressing out. He's taking a rebel captive stress.
I'm back.
Okay. So we had Rack shoot at Nora, and Wes has shot at the Decimator. Range 2. Oh, 2 blanks. Jukes it. Spends focus. 2 rerolls. Takes 1 reroll.
4 hits. Decent roll.
I'm pretty sure Nora's blinded. I can't hear any audio from the table, but I would assume she is.
Nora, check it. I'll go check.
All right, thanks. I don't think she rolled dice. Or wait,
Wait, is Nora the one in the ARC 170?
yeah. Love that
Very
Twitch delay.
Very funny.
Oh, okay.
Looks like we've moved out of attacking into movement. Sorry.
Did he show you how to like do the shields things?
Yes.
How to take them off?
Oh, okay. I mean, as long as we have a runner, I can keep it up to date. Oh, okay, that's fine. So we'll have a more accurate hull and shield counter as soon as some of our players eat and our runners eat.
Okay, I'll turn this off. Here, you still speaking that way.
That's fine.
Hope. I definitely calling it hope.
Hmm?
That's it.
Looks like they're both ready.
Oh,
First, make a move.
some of the Bloomington Normal people are on the Twitch chat.
Once again, just Pava. Stress maneuver. Not good.
Wow, that looks like a pretty good kill box there.
Do you think? Do you think? Yeah, I think Rag might just bolt,
Not good.
but
Really not good.
I think it might be able to 4 forward and not hit the rock.
Maybe, but
Another 3 forward.
I think even then they would still be in range of firing. Yeah, it's pretty good kill box.
Your first tournament card home. There you go.
Nora's gonna probably get the back arc this turn. If she can pass. Yep. Alright. Gets a focus for clearing a stress because of Kyle. We'll probably do focus target lock again.
First action is focus.
The only thing hard before I take my second. Yeah, I'm trying to just shut Fukushima. Steve's done it. He does in fact still need Sakashima.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Decimator's... Okay, yeah. It's run into its own ship. That is not good, man. And now it can't take an action
Oops.
or shoot by... Like,
It's
and
got Dauntless, so it could take an action with Dauntless.
Oh, that's cool.
These guys both have short, so I'm trying to figure out what
Taking an action, probably gonna Kylo. Yep. Blinded it, pilot again.
Did he already blind
He did it once.
Nora?
Yeah, it was Nora last time, and then
Nice.
Wes is probably gonna bump.
Why is he keeping his ship? Oh, ship. Why is he keeping the ship off of the base?
Oh, it makes it real easy when you got those big wingspans on the X-Wing and the Arc.
Fair enough.
I think Al takes a big lead on this round if he's able to throw a crit on Nora.
Huh?
Because
Gonna have me up all night, like.
Wes isn't going to do any significant damage onto Countess, and Pava has no focus or anyone to get rerolls from.
Tonight, they're doing, every once in a while they do a tournament. They start at 6.
Riot's at range 1 of Wes, and she's tokened up, so she's not going to take much damage from Wes.
It's more of a party than a tournament. but
Even if she does get stressed, she will still be able to dial in a green forward and make it a K turn to relieve the stress.
when I go, I'll
So here's Wes's range 1 shot.
or something, yeah.
Wait, I have a question.
Yep.
What happens if you make a red maneuver when you're already stressed?
If you make a red maneuver when you're stressed, you're going to do a 2 white forward. It used to be your opponent chose the maneuver, but after a series of expansions, they found that they didn't want that to be a huge factor in the game, is moving your opponent's ship. So they FAQ'd it and changed it to just being a 2 white forward instead.
Cool.
You're hearing yourself.
I'm used to it. I'm a education major, and we have to watch ourselves teach.
Oh, you are?
Oh, it's
Really?
painful. This past semester was brutal.
Yeah, I had to do that as part of like my MBA. I hated every second
Oh,
of it.
moved into attack. A little hard to tell what the
So who was
dice
that?
roll.
I think that was Wes.
Oh,
Ooh.
crit.
What kind of crit was it? Let me go check.
That's gotta hurt.
You're gonna bring in Ulamog.
So he's lost focus, or he's not an invade?
Where?
He just took focus or an invade off the board.
I would counter it. Although, like, there's no way I let it go. I have
It was probably on Nora, because Wes bumped and just did a stress maneuver, so that means that neither of them could have had a token to begin with.
Jason's only played the bounces card. I think I'm probably just gonna have to pass this here, so
Decimator is pilot skill 0.
Alright, Decimator is pilot skill 0.
Oh, man,
Yeah,
wait, from the crit?
Yeah, so it has 0 shields. Any
Shield, pilot skills.
any
got
idea?
5 damage. He's down to 7 health left.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's so not good.
And Nora has 2 damage, full shields.
no answers needs these guys. He's gonna exile them the moment his turn comes. He's got
0 shields?
Full
No.
shield.
Full shield. Oh, right, 2 crits.
Yeah, the 2 crits.
Okay, so that brings her down to 4.
Yes, that's copy. 3 shields. Anora.
4 hull though.
Yeah.
Does it have 6? Okay.
No, it has 6 hull. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's down to 4.
Okay. Path.
Okay. Oh, right on the decimator's tail.
It still has 1 stress from Rebel Captive. So it will not have a focus this turn. It might get some rerolls though, depending on where West ends up, but we'll see.
Oh, wait, it wouldn't have a focus anyway. Didn't it just hit
Wait.
the ship?
Is Al moving now? Because his pilots go 0.
Oh, that's right. Al should have moved first.
Al should have moved
I
before.
think they.
Forgot.
Yes.
Well, yes. From here on out, I think they have learned that rack is 0, but I think Jess was going to do a 2 forward anyway, then not pump.
Yep.
So. Okay, and so.
they finished it, so they figured it out. Yeah.
What?
Wait,
Oh,
no, wait.
so it did a 4, or it did a 3 forward?
I don't know,
What?
That was weird.
What they just did was a 4 forward then, right? Because
I don't know, because he still kept the stress. 1, 2, and 3 are green.
so he did a 2 forward first, then landed, then did a 1 forward. So is that okay? Well,
I don't know.
That was weird.
all right. Rack is boosting.
Smart, getting out of the battle while you're ahead. Well,
Yeah, this is not looking good for Al. He's gonna.
defender.
Yeah, Countess is gonna have to pick up the slack.
And Nora
Oh,
at this
stress
point
maneuver. Not good.
is just too beefy.
Hey, what?
Mm-hmm.
You need 2 guns on Nora to kill her.
Yeah. Nora with regen is going to be a pain in the butt because it's got the 1 and 2 banks and 1 and 2 forward green.
I actually forgot. The Tide Defender doesn't take stress from K-turns.
Right, because it dials in a green forward maneuver and Countess can switch it into a K turn.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I hadn't killed you then, if I killed you, then I would have won. Now, frankly, I'm probably gonna lose now because everyone thinks I'm scared.
He's got prime thrusters, that's why.
I am scared.
That's why
Oh, that's
he-
right.
that's why he
Prime
boosted.
thrusters. Oh, okay. Wes is. I mean, Wes is really good against Countess. Wes is good against defenders in general. Flew a lot of Wedge West bigs. Both Wes and Wedge are PS10, so Wes shoots first. Maybe makes you spend a token, and then strips the other one, and then Wedge comes in and shoots you and reduces your agility when you have no tokens. All right.
Well,
Ooh,
attack
zero,
went through, so
zero.
Is that 3?
Yeah, that's 0. So taking 2.
taking 1 actually. That was only 1 hit.
I think Al blanked out on greens.
Yeah. So
Oh, he made him strip the focus. That's what that was. Range 3. Get a reroll from Wes, or do you think that's out of?
Strat range 3 attacks. Looks like at least 1 or 2 of them are. Oh, wait.
Oh, he's looking
For a reroll from Jazz.
Oh, he's looking
For
at
Jazz.
Okay.
1? No? 0. 2 more?
So he's down to 5.
Wait.
Oh, he's another
Miss.
crit?
Ooh, critical. Jeez, this is just a bad day for the Imperials. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Gary wasted it. Gary, what? Oh no, this is what you got on the right? Oh yeah. You know what? I can't do anything about that.
Does that an attack? Looks like it. Oh, dodged.
That's not going good.
Down to 5? Okay.
Okay, so my man's attack going to hit.
Pretty sure this is rack.
To an evade.
Probably it for
Looks like your boy's going to the final.
yeah, it's definitely not looking good for Al, yeah.
Oh, looks like the Arc 170 is going for the defender.
I have a 0 mana pump in this deck. Okay, if I help you here, will you kill Gary? And I don't have to. Wow. All of you equally. Wow. I can save you.
Okay, 2 hits. No evades. So
2.
You're killing Gary, right? No, I'm not. Okay, so what do you want? What are you doing? So wait, so what do you want? I can destroy all lands. So you still can see that spot.
Who got hit?
Jess.
Kill Gary.
she's down to 1 shield.
Trying to save you, Gary.
I feel a backstab coming in.
Oh, it's coming. Okay, so both of yours die mindless, and you take. This is 12.
Alright, we've moved back into the movement phase.
I'm pretty sure I'm not waiting to get to
I think Jess Banks left 1, clears the stress, takes focus. Wes moves in 1 or 2 to 1 forward or 1 to the left to try and hunt down Countess again. That way Jess has potential to block, and Wes is there for cleanup, and then Nora can 1 forward, really do anything. Oh, she's got 2 stress because she got 1 from Rebel Captive.
How many
But she'll
stress
still
can-
get a
Still doing a green to
yeah,
As you want.
How much stress can go on 1 ship?
as many as you want.
necessary.
She will still get a focus though,
Yeah.
from Kyle. So
Wait, do all the ships? Do all the rebel ships have stress?
How's Dion's
yeah.
going?
I'm gonna Mystic Complex, draw 3 cards.
Okay, I think they should focus their
Brandon's
abilities on that.
Oh, Dion's winning?
They should focus their abilities on Rear Admiral Tyraneo? Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is actually a rematch.
get
I think
rid of that.
Al beat him the first time.
Oh really?
Yeah, Al won the first game before.
Oh.
Rematch.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
It's always funny how that happens. Like you hear it every time. It's like, oh, we played during Swiss.
Hey, it happened to me.
Yeah.
Justin fouled I beat him.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Yeah, it was.
Stream together. They played on stream.
Yeah, I beat him the first game, and he won the one that counts.
Yeah.
So same thing here. Sometimes you win the
Well,
wrong
come
one.
on, Swiss counts. Swiss counts.
Well, it counts, but it doesn't
Yeah.
count as much as elimination.
Yeah.
Rack is bugging out.
Evasive maneuvers, I guess.
Counter, because I'm about it. Got a third one.
Wait, stress is gone.
Yeah, that was a green maneuver. Countess is committing to Nora. Yeah.
Got it.
I can never tell by that angle.
So you'll focus there.
It's like the Imperials are having Imperial. Yep. Rebels are basically going to be taking a turn.
Clears 1 stress, gets a focus. Can use the focus for defense because the rear gun on the arc can change the focus to a crit.
I'm saying 10 to pack mitigation next turn. I'm not a threat for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, whoops.
Looks like he's going to try and... never mind. Looks like West has crashed into Countess.
That rebel.
Yeah.
The horn?
Have to kill Gary this
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, that was for damage.
Yeah, the horn on the final table.
Looks like it.
Have to play with. You
Not
have to
gonna
play.
happen.
Can't even put it in your hand.
If they gone into attack.
He's played well today.
Spends a focus.
I don't know.
Brandon?
Once it is in your hand, you can
Well, all 3 of them.
He's saving juke, or he's saving the evade so he can use juke, which still ends up as a blank. So
Smart.
I mean, you can't kill both of us.
It's definitely going to be tough to make that work against Dion's list. Brandon's list is going to be tough to get that to work.
I can maze him. It doesn't have to be missile attack. I can maze him with any creature, any attacking creature.
And it's also going to be tough like the matchup if he matches up against Ben?
Either of them.
Because Wes strips one token, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
And you
gonna-
probably spend one too,
and
like
he'll-
while
and he's
defending.
Probably double token. No, I'm talking about like against Dion's list. Like, 'cause at
Yeah,
that
and it
point,
also has
Ben
stress
Brown-
mech.
Huh?
He also has R3A too, so
So
you can lock down someone pretty well.
got a lot of answers to Dion's.
Did Nora move yet?
Probably.
What's that?
Did Nora move
I mean,
yet?
No, I think we're still in planning phase.
Top 4. He played Dion earlier, and I think it went to time.
Yeah, I remember. I think Dion won time, right?
No.
Yeah, because Ben's only loss was to Al.
Gary has a land wipe in his
Yeah,
hand.
so Ben.
Another dinosaur.
So Dion won on time. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that one. Okay, then I'm fine. Oh, thank you. That doesn't matter. I have one land. We went for one white.
What about all the counters that are played? For 6 of them?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I draw like what, 3 cards? 6, 4, and 6, 3.
You actually could have gotten a counters tonight.
No, there's no. I don't have any other free counters. I use all this game.
Do you think Countess has room for a 3/4
I'm looking for a force over this deck.
to keep the focus evade?
I think so.
Probably
Yeah.
not, because
Wait. No, he doesn't. Because if you look at the width of the ship in front of him,
Mm-hmm.
one puts behind him. Two, no, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's gonna crash into Nora.
He's gonna have to do a 2K
Ugh.
turn to keep.
2K turn, you think? Yeah, because Nora's
That's
gonna
the
move
only
out of the
way
way.
to
wait, that's actually possible?
For him, yeah.
Yeah, Countess can do any straight maneuver as a K turn. So his 2 through 5.
I think 2K is his only.
Yeah, to keep a
Unless he's
range
turning
one shot.
Interesting.
Turning away might land him close to that rock.
I think Nora will 2 bank to make sure she's got space away from Countess. So
Smart thing to do would be to go for the rear admiral and take him out.
Actually, wait. I don't know if a 5K would.
Wait, you
A
gain
5K might
HP.
make it all the way.
You gain
I'm more confident in the 3 than the 5.
Are you?
To me, yeah. But I mean, I don't go to Worlds, so
Even looking at the screen.
the admiral regained health and shields.
no, he can't regain anything.
Oh. I thought he was
Why,
down
what-
to 7 earlier.
Who's that?
The admiral. I thought he was down to
Uh,
no shields and 7.
Oh, did it not update?
What Yangs Island? Who would have thought?
You got it right.
It's not right there.
Oh, that's weird.
She died twice, so it's gonna cost me. After the 10,
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and pay off the
So, ignore what it says for Rear Admiral
Chernu.
Chirinu. It's actually, yeah, no shields, 5 health. Make sure to write that down.
So 2 K turn.
And now it can basically eliminate Jansen.
I don't think he K turned.
No, he did, I can tell.
Oh no, yeah, no, it didn't.
Oh.
Never, yeah, and never went off, so you're right. Well, it makes it so much easier.
Oh no, he didn't. Yeah, you're right. He hopscotched.
Oh,
No, I think it's double.
interesting. Yet he's still in range of
As long
fire
as Nora
from
2 banks
2
here, I don't
ships.
think he's got him in arc.
So they got 6
Just
health.
oh, 1 bank. Okay.
Barrel roll there.
Oh. Looks like
Yeah, I think I would have taken focus,
Yeah.
but
Because he might just be out of arc now. It's going to be close.
take into target lock and barrel roll to prevent any damage.
If you want to do that, sure.
impressive.
Yeah, I do have
Most impressive.
You exile both of them with
Looks like there might.
Unless he anticipated a barrel roll there from Nora and trying to get it at range 2
What about a K
instead of
turn?
range 1
How about a K turn from West?
out the back.
I don't know why you'd barrel roll that way. Because, I don't know, I'd be pretty convinced that Nora was going towards the right side of the board.
Sure.
Perhaps they're gonna
But-
hard turn
Well, yeah,
and
but
then
with
boost.
Nora, I mean, barrel rolling there.
Yeah.
has him range 1, back arc.
Perhaps
So,
Nora's gonna hard.
That's what I'm thinking is keep it at range 2.
Perhaps
Okay.
Nora's gonna make
Some
a,
forethought. It's a risky move, but
Yeah, that's true.
perhaps Nora's gonna make a hard right and then keep going in order to go for the Admiral.
Well, the Admiral has boost, and a large ship with boost can definitely get out of the way. So taking out Countess is important.
shield for Countess.
Shield for Countess.
Turn this to a crit with the title and then spend her title of focus to add another hit. 2 more shields.
Wait, doesn't she only got 3?
Something happened there.
Oh, she lost one.
Oh, it's 5? Okay.
Figure out 27, and see what 20 cards he gets. Blue side. Wait, what? 3.
There it goes.
Alright, we finally got Rear Admiral update. What does Rear Admiral mean?
It's a rank.
Countess is gone.
Countess is gone.
Yeah, that was going to be tough to survive
Step
with no tokens.
Step 1 complete. Step 2 dead.
Yikes.
Yeah, especially at PS0.
Yeah. Just get set up, put 3 shots on it.
This game actually
the
went
dice
by
do the
quite
work.
fast.
Yeah.
Also, did you pay the extra for either Coolmog or the guy? I got mine. For some reason, focus shift is my Gideon.
You're right. I think
Weird. Looks like Countess is going into the fray.
Then lost to Al.
Well,
so. Yeah, only lost.
there's not much Rat can do, so trying to get range 1 is important. So doing big wide maneuvers and boosting on top means that he's looking to try and take something off the board, because right now at Pilot Skill 0, everything's going to shoot at him. And if they only need to do 5 damage, then
Then it would be a quick fight.
Yeah, and I lost to Alan.
Countess is sitting there on a
No,
hope
he does
for
have a 360 turret. I think
Countess
he
is
might
sitting
be
on
able to
a
go
hope
this
for
way.
there.
mm,
I don't know. We were
Probably
talking. I don't know about
not.
that barrel roll. I don't know about that barrel roll.
To Sakshim him. Coolmog, and then I give you Jason Bounce.
Him?
So I'm also going to go ahead and pay for
You just gotta talk into the mic.
Hey.
6 to also Sakshim student the original.
You guys are awesome.
Wait, someone's target locking the Rear Admiral. Wait, are they target locking him?
so it looks like he went in for the target lock and barrel rolled away. Setting up shots for next turn. Right now he's just getting everyone in formation to pounce all at once.
Nice, but they're gonna need to make green maneuvers to get rid of those stresses if they want to be successful.
Jess will have an easy path. As long as she has a reroll when she's near Wes and has a focus, she'll be able to throw out 2-3 damage pretty easy.
Okay. Wait, how does how does Chiranu's
Make sure you keep your voice down so they don't hear you.
Okay, how does Chiranu's ship actually inflict stress on the others?
It has Rebel Captive, and the first ship to shoot at him gets a stress. Yeah.
So any ship that shoots at him is
Just the first shit.
Right, the first ship. So it's usually going to be Wes because he's Pilot Skill 10.
wait,
Because Wes is Pilot Skill 10, and so he'll shoot guaranteed before any of the others.
I thought he was pilot skill 8, but he had veteran instinct.
Oh yeah, VI is really good on Wes.
Yeah, is good.
Wait, what's the highest pilot skill in this game?
11. Well, no, Roar can get you to 12. So
if you
12.
had veteran instinct on that ship,
No, so Rorik gives a friendly ship pilot skill 12 till the end of the round. And that is the highest you can go. You can do,
There we go.
yeah.
Oh God.
Setting up a little bit of a.
So something people used to run was Jan, Kyle, and Rorik. And Jan and Kyle would have swarm tactics. And you would chain link the pilot skill 12. So Rorik would give it to Kyle. Kyle would then give it to Jan, and then Jan would give it to Rorik. So you'd have 3 TLT Hawks at PS12. Very good at hunting down the TIE Phantoms, but it's 3 Hawks. They don't move around.
We're closing in.
Yeah.
Might be game.
This is gonna be game.
Well, dice have to go.
Yeah, Wes is just going to stay stressed, which is fine.
No need.
You need, what, 4 or 5 damage?
Yeah.
3 ships. 2 of them range 1. Uh-oh.
Pretty well modified.
One second, gotta go.
Just give me a minute. I'm gonna put a little plug in, if that's all right.
This might